But let's get into some things.
Did we say
what we got going on?
Did we say let's get comfortable, Onyx Léon? Did we say that?
Yeah.
Did we say the intro?
Yeah. Well, we said welcome to, but if you want,
okay. Well, no, go ahead.
Okay, well, y'all, let's go ahead. Let's get comfortable with Onyx Léon. Once again, I'm Erick Antonio.
Romain.
I'm not Onyx Léon, so you have to introduce me as a guest.
Okay.
All right. Let's try this again. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get comfortable with Onyx Léon. I'm Erick Antonio.
I'm Romain.
And this is our special friend, Miss Jamilla.
Hello, how are y'all?
We're good. Good. So let's get into some things.
Okay, so why are we doing this?
So I think the reason that we want to do this is to let people into our world a little bit, just so they understand who we are as people. Because I know on social media we really don't show our personalities out that much. So why not just set some cameras up, set some mics up, record it, and put it as a little mini podcast or whatever, because we ain't gonna be here forever. But we're gonna be here to drop some tidbits into who Onyx Léon is and what we're working on.
Yeah. And actually, since you mentioned it, they were not on social media that much, we're not that great about it, then I guess I'm gonna speak on it. I'm joking. Speak on it. Okay. So what I will say about this is obviously we are a duo, and I do understand how important social media is when you are an indie singer. I mean, it's not how it used to be. I think personally, it takes me, maybe it's a little more difficult for me than it is for you, just because I've never been crazy about social media like that, the way you are.
I don't think I'm crazy about social media.
Well, no, okay. Let me say it, and I said this to Jamilla earlier. I feel like nowadays in social media, you need to be entertaining. Like I'm thinking about like Cardi B, for example. Like she's entertaining. You want to see her, blah blah blah. Like I feel like this is not something where I thrive. Like I can be a clown like with y'all on the side, family and friends and stuff. But when it comes to me filming myself and trying to be so entertaining on social media, I don't think that I'm great at that. And so that's why I tend to shy away from social media. And that's why part of the reasons why we haven't been too great at it. And part of the reason why I'm not as comfortable with it as you are, but I do understand how important it is. And I feel like the proper way for me personally to move forward is to just honestly just be myself, instead of trying to like go with a trend and like do a dance or do whatever. Like just actually showing what I do when I'm by myself in the studio or when we're together, because that's pretty much what I know how to share. But trying to be entertaining on camera, except when we're like doing music video or a live show, I don't. Unfortunately, this is where I'm lacking something here.
I feel like everybody goes through that phase of finding how they represent themselves on social media. Because take it back to when we released Better Than Me and we were doing those things on social media. I feel like it kind of fizzled out because we weren't really enjoying what we were doing on social media to promote the songs that we had out. And I like doing all those TikTok dances and trying to come up with a challenge. That's not like authentic to how I operate on social media. So I think that's where we went wrong last time in terms of our push, what we were doing. And this time around, I feel like we really thought about what we wanted to do, how we felt we could do it the most authentic way to ourselves. Because at the end of the day, I think once we're doing it authentically, it can continue without us feeling like we're trying to do something.
Absolutely. Jamilla, what did you think of our social media presence when we came out with Better Than Me last time? Did you feel like because we were trying our best, like we were not being fake or anything. We were trying our best, but I feel like we were just trying to follow trends.
Right, we were doing what everybody else was doing instead of figuring out what Onyx Léon could do.
And so I want to know how it came off to you as like someone that was watching.
To be quite honest, like I remember the video. The video was good. It was dope. You all were out in like the park, riding the bikes and things like that. So I remember the video. The rollout, I do not so much recall, and I don't know if that's more so for. I think at that time I might not have been that present on Instagram. At least I know that's where the major things. My Twitter is so busy. I'm not going to recall it anyway. But as far as like Instagram, I remember the video. I remember logging on when you all released the video. We all sat down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, YouTube and things like that. But I do not recall the rollout being the thing that pulled me in to watch the video.
I feel like that's important because therein lies one of our issues. We didn't do enough to get those people that weren't on social media all the time. We didn't do things that were going to be like memorable or that was going to last. And so I think this time around we had to think about those things. We had to come up with a plan to execute. So I think it's good that you don't remember our rollout because that helps us. It's like, okay, when we need to make sure things are memorable. We need to make sure that people who aren't on, like I said before, on social media all the time, they're able to pick up on at least some pieces. So that speaks to how repetitive we need to be.
Or even get outside the box of like a typical rollout, which is what y'all are doing with the podcast.
Yeah, because this is completely out of the comfort zone, to be honest.
Right. But I don't know. I'm having a good time so far just talking.
I mean, it's fun. It's the first time doing this, like, so it's fun to do this together.
Right.
I love it. But yeah, it's definitely out of the comfort zone, and I think, well, like I said earlier, I think just moving forward is when it comes to social media, everything that's going to be shared will be like just organic stuff.
Organic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll repeat it again. Authentic to Onyx Léon.
Yeah. And that's why I'm honest about being like, I'm not crazy about social media, but that's how I see it. Presenting your art. I don't see it as anything else. Yeah.
No, I agree, and I think once we find what a cycle that we like to do, it'll become second nature, and we won't be thinking about it as much, and won't feel that pressure.
Great. Okay.
So I've listened to y'all music. Of course, I get to hear it first as a friend. What is the purpose? Like, what message are y'all trying to get out there?
I feel like when we first started, we didn't know what message we were trying to put out there. We literally were making songs that just felt good to us, sounded good to us. We were also discovering our talent and really trying to be savants in the things that in singing and creating, writing music. So I think us finding what we were singing about came afterwards. And I think Romain, you put it into a great way. You described it in a way that I'm unable to think of right now. Can you go ahead and get into it?
So the thing is, one day I just thought about how Erick and I are when we make music, what we talk about, the way we sing, because it makes a difference too. And I was like, honestly, like what we're doing is we're literally just being ourselves, and being ourselves means being vulnerable. Like we are two men, whether it doesn't, your sexual orientation doesn't even matter. Like we are two men who are, the way we operate in life, we're trying to put in motion emotional intelligence. And I feel like we put that in our songs. Like our songs are it's sensitive, but men can do too.
And I feel like the only reason that there's that connotation is because of where society was, like just as we were growing up, where men need to act this way, men need to present themselves in this way. So, a man can't be singing a song about you crying because you
got cheated on,
because somebody not paying you attention. They're like, what kind of man? Like, it was those type of ideologies that were, I feel like, holding men back in terms of R&B music.
Yeah. So with that being said, how would y'all classify your music? Because I know sometimes I listen to your music, it takes me somewhere, even if it's not the first time that I listen to it. So like, where do y'all what do y'all fall?
When you say classify, you're talking about like the
genre
sound or
like R&B, but are you like trying to, like, what is Onyx Léon? What sound are y'all trying to fit in? Is fit in with the right word?
Yeah.
Where y'all? Yeah.
I think I think we're not trying to fit.
Right.
Okay.
Where's your niche?
Yes. So I will say for sure, Erick and I have very similar inspirations, which is great. We grew up with the 90s, 2000 R&B, like, so we definitely have that. You can hear it. You can hear it. We definitely have that. It's in us.
Right. It's in us. And I don't want people to think that we're trying to bring that back.
Right.
It's more so that's what's influenced us. And so you're going to hear those influences in the music that we put out. But don't get it wrong. We definitely have our own little twist of current in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, you get Onyx Léon. Yeah.
So I guess the next question is, how did Onyx Léon come to be about? Because of course you were Erick Antonio, you were Romain. How did we get Onyx Léon?
Right.
Okay, so boom. I am from Orlando, Florida. Well, originally from Tallahassee, Florida, but grew up in Orlando, Florida.
Tallahassee.
Shout out. But I eventually moved to New York because after the passing of my mom in 2014, my spirit was just not sitting right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just wanted it to change. And so I really leaned into doing things that I wanted to do because this life is not promised. You think you're going to be here for 90 years and you're not. So don't think you have to achieve this goal before you can do that goal. No, do what you want to do in life. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I stepped out and did. I moved to New York. First month and a half I moved to New York, I went to an audition and I met Romain. Mm-hmm. And we auditioned for this vocal group. It was kind of the guy that was putting it together saw what June's Diary was doing, and he was like, "Oh no, I want to do that for myself." And so both myself and Romain found the posting online, and then we went to the audition. Both made the audition and made the group that they were trying to put together. After that, the group really did not stick together. I mean, I think we sang for like 2 months together. Then after that, it kind of fell apart. And then Romain's and I desire was it matched, like our energies matched. Mm-hmm. We said, no, we could just do this. Let's keep going. We tried to add other people to the group, but it really nothing was sticking, nothing was happening, nothing was coming of it. So we said, listen, we could just do this by ourselves. And then we became a duo because I never saw myself as a part of a duo. I wanted to be a part of a group. You know, I thought I was gonna be part of Jodeci, Jagged Edge. Who else? Just those are some of the groups I just love, and like especially Destiny's Child. Mm-hmm. That was the group that I can say 1000% influenced me down. My favorite album in the world is The Writing on the Wall. But that's my journey to Onyx Léon. I'll let Romain follow up.
I don't know why this question makes me nervous. Apologies here. So I will say, I'm not sick. Okay. So I was born in France, moved to North America for school around maybe like 19. And so I've always known that I wanted to come to New York and I wanted to be an artist. Like that's something that I've always wanted to do. And so I've done a few things during my time in Canada and my time here. But I remember in 2016, I felt like I wasn't doing enough when it comes to music. Like I felt, okay, like something wasn't feeling right. And I was like, oh, what's not feeling right is that I'm not doing what I love. And so I went online and I was like, I want to sing with people. And so I found this guy that posted the ad on Craigslist. It was. And so did it. Maybe
it was Craigslist?
It was on Craigslist.
Girl, it was
y'all didn't know what y'all was walking into.
I know.
Yeah. Let's
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, but
I didn't know it was Craigslist.
Yeah, no.
The reason it was Craigslist because Craigslist has a very easy talent section where you just see everybody that's looking for something. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, people weren't really trying to get in groups unless you sang with them in like churches or choir or school groups or whatever. And so I'm going to a new city and I'm trying to get into something. Craigslist was easy. And that's 2016. So, as long as you were aware that there could be crazy people out there, it wasn't that hard to just,
honestly, I don't even know where else I would have looked. Like, what is that website we got to pay for it? The one that's like for Broadway people and stuff.
Backstage.
Like besides,
you gotta have like a headshot and like all that stuff.
Right, all that stuff. And you gotta pay for it at the time. I did not have the funds for that. Mm-hmm. So honestly, Craigslist is the only place that I found. Like that was the only thing. And so
right. Yeah. Without seeming like a weirdo. Hey, you want to sing with me?
Right. It's a little sketch.
Honestly,
end up in a warehouse.
You gotta take it with a grain of salt. I did a couple things on Craigslist in terms of looking to get into music, and it connected me with people. Nothing that
I thought you were going to say something else. When you said, I found a couple things. Oh my God!
I ain't nothing nasty.
Okay.
So you could have ended up in a warehouse talking about selling knives.
Done that. So back to you, Romain. You were saying your story.
Back to me. Yes, I definitely. I had recorded a lot of songs on my own,
Mhm.
by myself with people. I met amazing people that I worked with, and yeah, I think I was just trying to find myself as an artist and find my sound. And when Erick and I started making music together, it just felt so natural.
Mhm.
And it's so important because the process of making a song and being in the studio and doing that yourself, like it's sacred. It's a moment. And I don't know. I would imagine that being with people that don't have the same vision as you, don't really like feel you the same way, it will make the process like, I don't know, more difficult, maybe not as enjoyable. But with Erick, it definitely flowed, and it felt natural. It felt like we were helping each other rather than just like bumping heads or figuring out, oh no, this and that. It just made it easy, and I felt that's what it should be.
Mhm.
Like I like a just like, yeah, like it felt organic, and that's what it was like. So yeah, that's why. Did I answer the question?
You did.
Okay.
So when it comes to innovation, right? As we all know, the R&B scene is heavily saturated. What are y'all doing so y'all can stand out? What's different about y'all? What's gonna make me listen to Onyx Léon?
Right. I think first off, it's the way we look. When people look at us already, you have two guys that are singing together. You're not really seeing much of that these days. One, we not to be funny, but we look like day and night because I'm, here I am, African American from the South. All I know, I'm from the Atlantic slave trade, my family and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Romain, he's another type of black person. He's a black person that's from France, somebody that has direct correlation to Africa. He's African and French, so that there's already that question there. Like, okay, so who am I looking at? What is going on here? It doesn't look like the standard what you hear from an R&B soul group, soul duo, whatever. What's going on? So I feel like that already puts a question. What else we do is the way we sing our songs, the way we write our songs. I feel like it's different from where people are going these days or what they're trying to do. I like to say that we love to stack our harmonies, our arrangements, or how you like to say it. And what our songs sound like. Most of our songs you're going to have that repetition there. You're going to have us trying to be catchy with our melodies, and you're going to hear those vocal stacks. We stack it just like we want it to be stacked. Okay, because it does add that sound that we like to have to our music. We want emotion to be in songs, and I know all songs have some type of emotion in it, but what I'm trying to say is almost different stories to be told with that emotion from a man's perspective.
But there's definitely a little bit of femininity in our songs, in our art, and what we do, and that you have it. I feel like it all, and that's one of the things that I love the most because it really is something that makes us who we are. And we are not afraid to put that in our music, whether it's like, well, visually, no one has seen much yet, but we have a lot. But musically, you can hear like the way we sing, what we talk about, like that. I feel like that sets us apart. And I also want to say that the music that we're making, like it's like literally for everyone. And like,
true.
Right. I got a question. So you speak French. Have y'all ever thought about incorporating some of his like French singing on the track?
We try.
What's that like? What it like?
It wasn't the moment, but we will definitely. We absolutely will. Like we have to. We're gonna use it.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like a background.
Right. Like even if it's like you said, like a background or like ad lib, whatever. It just
needs to fit the vibe and emotion.
It will be.
We tried one time, and I think where the song didn't go, like it just was a fun song to sing. It was just, it was silly, but it was also because we were trying to put French into the song.
Right.
So when you try to do things,
it's gonna sound forced, pushed.
So
like it shouldn't be there.
Exactly. Nothing organic has formed yet, but that's not to say it won't.
Okay.
That was a good question. That was a good question.
I'm hot up in here.
It came to me as you were talking. Give me one margarita, I'm going to open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'm going to give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, I'm going to put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'm going to put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'm going to have some fun. 5 margaritas, I'm going to put it in his bum.
And babe, I can't wait to have some margaritas tonight.
Oh yeah.
We went to a little seafood bowl. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Jamilla, for being here.
Thank you so
I
much.
really
Love.
appreciate it.
Of
I
course,
know
no
that
problem.
you weren't necessarily excited being in front of the camera and doing this with us. I really appreciate it.
Right.
I
I'm very
wasn't.
grateful.
You were not.
I feel like
When you heard it was going to be recorded, you said,
like
when you heard it was going to be visually recorded, you were like,
Me and Romain had a whole pep talk this morning.
it was very helpful. So thank you for being here.
Baby boy, little camera shy. Hey, so what have y'all been up to? Because it's been a while. Better Than Me came out like, what, over a year ago?
okay, we're trying to do this in a year. No, it came out December 2nd. Okay?
About a year ago.
No.
Okay, let me pull that question back. It's been over half a year.
The last time we released something for people to consume was back, it was in January.
The video dropped in
6
January.
months ago.
Yeah.
That was. Because I was on the Instagram. I want me a gift card.
Yes,
I
you
did.
See, that was part of the rollout. That was part of the
That
rollout.
was okay.
Yeah.
So
Questionnaire.
Yeah.
yes,
And you
yes.
won.
I answered the questions. Okay, so I just need a memory jogger about the rollout thing, I guess.
It's fine, but the points we made earlier still stand.
Okay. So as far as Onyx Léon, what y'all got going on? It's been a while. I think it was January when y'all dropped Better Than Me.
The video, yeah.
Yeah, that project. So what y'all up to? What y'all got coming?
We definitely have some more music on the way. What the project will be, we haven't defined that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to be release more songs come in. It's going to be like put together as a cohesive project.
Mm-hmm.
But since Better Than Me actually was supposed to be like the full. We ain't stopping. We going. We boom. But because we're doing this ourselves, we're learning as well.
Mm-hmm.
We put a lot of energy, a lot of effort into the rollout of Better Than Me. But I feel like where we may have made a few mistakes was not planning or playing the long game. And when I say that, I mean we did not plan for months of content. We planned it for weeks of content.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all fine and dandy until we ran out of content.
Right.
And so then now we're trying to create on the spot and still post and still be relevant and still be here. I will say some things.
And at that point, you're just playing catch up. And you're not going to catch up.
And we're not going to catch up.
Right.
And then also making sure that we have that same type of quality in our music and what we're putting out. It was hard to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely felt like a fraud when after dropping the video because we really didn't have anything else. So I felt like
your fans weren't getting what they.
Why am I on social media for? Because I'm not trying to do anything else and show you my music or what I'm doing. And there's only so much that I can show you right now. So why would I be on social media? That was also one of the reasons why I kind of pulled back a little bit. But we do have a newsletter coming out soon, so you guys should subscribe immediately. Immediately. You guys should subscribe because we talk about a little bit what we've been doing. But to sum it up,
and you can subscribe on our website just so people understand.
Yes.
And what's that website?
OnyxLéon.com.
Very easy.
OnyxLeon.com.
And if you type Onyx Léon on Google, that's like the first thing that pops up. So very easy.
Google me, baby. Okay.
So we've been honestly, Eric and I make music all the time, and that's also one of the things that we're like, why don't we just show and not? Like, we look crazy in the studio. We just do it. We could just show this on social media. It could be like a story, it could be a post, whatever. But we are making music all the time.
And I don't want people to get confused either. Though we released Better Than Me back in January, all our songs have been recorded.
Oh yeah,
it's really us getting this rollout and social media push together. Like songs have been recorded, they've been done. So we're working on new stuff. So that way we, like I said, we're playing the long game. So we're already working on new stuff for next year. But we just try to get this stuff that we already have recorded out because it is quality music.
It's such a. I am proud of us because, for example, like one of the songs which you know, I think
that is easy,
right. I think it's to me. I can't like one of my favorite songs, and we made it, and it's so crazy. I'm very, very, very proud of how we've evolved. The sound has evolved. We are very extremely grateful to have Sardi because
Shout out to our
oh
English
my
study.
god, if it wasn't for him and Hypo introducing us, our sound wouldn't be what it is right now. And well, and I'm saying that, but you guys haven't heard much yet. They've only heard Better Than Me, which Sarge did, right?
Even
But
Better Than Me
all the-
sounds good.
right?
It
Like
sounds good.
the mix and is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And our new songs that we have that we recorded with Sardi, and some songs that we haven't recorded yet that we've just done at home and we haven't recorded yet with Sardi. The quality is amazing, and I can't wait until we get the final mix because it's gonna be great. But I'm proud of us for the way we've improved, and so we've been recording a lot. We've been creating a lot of music. We also created visuals, which you've seen this past week.
kind of get a little tease,
Right?
Just a little bit.
And so we have been active, and then we've also for the first time worked with a producer. Like instead of finding beats online and trying to find a sound, blah blah blah, we were able to actually connect with a producer.
Right.
And shout out to Brandon. We've been having a great time creating music with him, and I hope we get to continue. But we've been doing that too, and that's been a goal of ours for a long time. So I think we're very happy about that. But we've been busy, you guys. We have, okay?
No, that's right. Booked and busy.
No, we kept ourselves busy. We haven't shown anything, so we do have a lot to show for. But yeah, we just have to be smart about it this time. And
because the
better.
budget
We'll
is
learn.
not. The budget is definitely finite. Okay, gotta count that budget, and so that has taken some time as well. But we get it together because here we are.
Okay. Should we?
Let's have Eric find a studio in Puerto Rico so we can drop some beats.
So say what you were saying.
So we have been working, like I said, on a lot of music. We've done a lot, and there is a special song that we recorded, I think, a while ago now. It's a good ass song, and it's coming soon.
Very soon. No, I'm so excited to release some new music
It's
because
exciting.
we get back to what we get that feeling again of doing what we're supposed to be doing, releasing music, not just out here posting cute little pictures on Instagram, videos on TikTok. We are releasing music. People can really take it and listen to it and hear who we are as artists.
And there's definitely growth. Like, I mean, it's different and better than me. Like, all of that
Better
is
Than Me was
different.
definitely the pop R&B of us.
Right.
I would say this next one will be.
It was a cute little introduction, but I feel like our sound, our vocals, like we've grown a lot, and that you can see it in the songs that we've been recording so far. Like, they're so much better. I love them, so I'm very excited about this new song.
So y'all gonna tell us the title, or is that something we gotta wait for? Because I want to know.
And the new song is.
I mean, I know, but for them to know.
I thought we said the title. Okay, anyway. And so the title of the song is called